With us today in the studio, Lesley Everett, founder and managing director of Walking Tall International and also creator of the Walking Tall methodology. My name is Mark Copeman and I'm delighted to announce today that Lesley has joined forces with us here at the 845 Club to develop a brand new course on personal branding. We're going to find out all about Lesley in a minute, but first of all, we're going to talk a bit about personal branding and why is it so important in today's culture?
Mark, I believe it's becoming critical and crucial to career development today, but not only for the individual, but within the whole corporate scenario as well. For people to take control of their brand reputation, how they project themselves, executive presence, personal impact, is becoming such a crucial element, of course, for the individual, but also in terms of maximising the corporate brand investment that companies make today.
Okay.
I believe the strongest element of the corporate brand is the people, and we need to make sure that people absolutely do reinforce the values that the corporation has.
And what about the Walking Tall methodology itself? What's that all about?
It's designed to take people out of the corporate environment for a bit, look at what's in it for me, what do I really want to project about myself, what are my motivators and beliefs and drivers, and then how do I package myself to project that authentically. And authenticity is the key to all of this, because it's not about projecting an image that's not congruent with who we are. It's not about superficiality. It's about really getting to the core authentic brand that we have as an individual, packaging and projecting that to the outside world. And that's the Walking Tall methodology relates to that and actually reinforces all of those points that we need to have in our day-to-day lives on personal impact. Okay.
How long has it taken you to develop this?
Well, that's a good question, because it could go back several years, because I'm a great believer in that every experience we have in life, it comes through a filter and actually we use it at some point in our lives. And I've gone through 3 careers now, but each of those careers I've taken bits from it, subconsciously probably at the time, and used those to develop the Walking Tall methodology. But it's really around the last 12 years that I've spent developing this, and it was very much around image to start with, but now it's very much focused on the authentic core of an individual.
And how many people would you imagine have seen you speak, and how many countries?
Well, 17 countries now I've delivered Walking Tall in.
Wow, okay.
And the interesting thing is, even though cultures are very different, the methodology around Walking Tall and the principles are absolutely consistent in every country that I deliver in, and they accept it. Of course, I tailor it to different cultures, but it's,
sure.
Many thousands of people. I actually haven't added them up, maybe I should, but thousands of executives across the world today, yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about the course. It's a video-based e-course. We know it's spread over a month. It's 12 lessons. Give us an example of some of the bits of content which you're going to be putting into it.
Well, what I want to do first of all is to really explain what personal branding actually is, because it's bandied around a lot in the press now. We're hearing it more and more, which is great, of course, but people often don't know what it is about. So first of all, it's setting the scene on what it is, what is a personal brand, and then how do we actually take our brand and package it and project it. How do we discover it, how do we package it, and how do we project that? So things from first impressions, for example. We don't often really appreciate just how powerful a first impression is. So there's lots of research and studies I'll be sharing around that and how we can maximise that first impression. Things around voice, how we use our voice. We don't often think about how people judge us on our voice, perhaps. Body indicators, presentational brand when we speak to audiences, no matter how small.
I'm getting worried now.
Yeah. It's worse for me, I can tell you. But how do we come across authentically when we speak? And
sure.
Again, this authenticity is key. And then dress and image as well. We shouldn't ignore that, and I know it'd be nice to think that doesn't have an impact in business today, but it certainly does. And if we can get that right and all the elements together and congruent with projecting who we are, then we've got a powerful brand. So Walking Tall, the methodology encompasses all of those elements, and I have 7 big strides, as I call them, to personal branding, and these 7 elements or 7 principles are based on years of research and delivery and application with executives to prove that they actually work, and this is what we need to sustain that powerful brand.
Advice lists are delivered in 10-minute bite-sized chunks to your inbox first thing in the morning, meaning you can get on with your day by 9 o'clock. And there's a trial available too, isn't there?
Yes, there is, Mark. We can sign on for 7 days. With that, you get the first 2 advice lists free of charge and the full course syllabus as well.
Fantastic. So we believe personal branding has never been more important in today's environment. So if you really want to get to grips with it, log on to walkingtall.the845club.com and sign up for that free trial today. Lesley, thanks for joining us today. We're going to leave you with some of her credentials from the last 15 years on screen. Thanks for watching.